everyone, it's Janet back with day 5 of Sweater Week, and we have another sweet sweater for the men in our lives. I'm giving myself away, but I happen to grow up with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and so a cardigan on a man is still a nice touch. I love cardigans and sweaters. So I'm going to show you this one, a little bit of a different fold, and it has a pocket on it, so I want to give you a little tip about that. So again, if you've missed out on any of the other videos and you're jumping on board Sweater Week today here at this day, what all of the sweaters are built around is our ultra thick cable knit texture embossing folder. It's a lot thicker and heavier than the traditional folders, so you use them just a little bit differently. You're going to open your multi-purpose platform to tab 1. You're going to go ahead and take your cardstock, and I like my cable running this direction, and this is a side to side, so I've cut it down. It's a 1/4 of a sheet. I would put that in. I would put my plate on top and just make sure that it's, you know, perfectly side to side, and then I would run it through the machine and I would have it. Now while I have this project out, I want to talk to you about something a little bit different here. This one has a little pocket that is on the shirt. I will have the dimensions and a diagram of the pocket at remarkablycreated.com. But the very first time I did it, I adhered the pocket all the way down, knowing that I wanted the pocket to line up with the texture. Didn't even think about it. Ran it all the way through, and suddenly I couldn't find the pocket. It's like it's gone. I mean, like you can barely see the outline of it there, and that wasn't any fun. So what I learned was you are going to want to adhere the pocket, but what you want to do is just put it on with like one single little glue dot and then run it through. That way you can pull it off, and I was able to pop it up to give it some more dimension and have it pop out of the sweater, okay? So don't glue it down as hard as fast as I do. I always joke that we should do a whole series on Ask Me How I Know. So for this card, again, it has a different fold, and let me get my hands on it. This is 8.5 by 11 cut lengthwise. So you have your 11 inches and your 4 1/4 this direction. With our trimming tool, which, hint, hint, is a great present to give yourself as a Christmas present. At 2 3/4, we want to go ahead and score. Let me get the cutting blade out of the way. And we're just going to give that a nice score. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go ahead and score it at 2 3/4. What that does is that gives you 2 folds that come in and meet in the middle of what would normally be a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. So then let's go ahead and let's just take our bone folders and give ourselves a nice crease. Our bone folder and give ourselves a nice crease like that. Then your cardstock needs to be cut as well, and so we need to go ahead and cut that at 2 3/4. Let's get the scoring blade out of the way this time. And I like to pull. Some people push and some people pull. I like to pull my blade down. So we're just going to pull that down through. A little extra pressure because you have texturized it. It kind of makes it a little thicker for the blade, so you do want to do that. I went ahead and I've already got the pocket done, and again I will have a diagram and dimensions for this sweet little pocket at remarkablycreated.com, and I'm just going to add 3 dimensions to this. And again, you could sponge the edges just a little bit with the same ink if you wanted to, and then all you're going to do is kind of eyeball and line back up your pattern, raise it back up. And now we can go ahead and I left the corner piece open here for just a second, and you'll see why. And we're going to go ahead and we'll put that on our card. Just getting it all lined up here. Okay, and so then what I did was I just took, remember I left that little part open, and I'm just going to fold a little bit down. And let's go ahead and pull this up here. So let's put this on the 6, so 1.5 inches. And now I'm going to put my finger, I always hold my finger down at this point here. I'm going to come over here 1.5 inches And now I've got that sweet little collar. For the buttons, to make it a button cardigan that can button, these are our classy buttons. And they do have a pattern to them. Same with this one here, it does have a pattern. I just simply chose to use the reverse side so that it just was more neutral, didn't compete with the pattern of the sweater. And then I went ahead and just added them with glue dots right here. So just to bring our finished one back in here, you can see where you've got your pocket. This one is texturized. You've got your two buttons, and then you've got your folded down collar. So I'm going to just show you the pocket again so you can see that. How fun is that? So just a nice sweet little sweater for Dad and Grandpa. This would be a great one for Grandpa. Great one for the kids to leave a message in for Santa too. Santa, go home, put a sweater on, relax, kick your feet up. So sweet little note for Santa with his milk and cookies. So thanks for watching day 5, guys. We've got a couple more, 2 more days to go back here in the classroom. Thanks.